Gotta remember what Cheney said, take a break and come back to it with fresh eyes. Hey, welcome to another episode of Behind the Lens. On today's episode, my guest will be Brandon, aka King B Koopa on Instagram. I've been following Brandon for quite some time now, and I'm really a fan of his work. I enjoy it a lot. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it and give him a follow if you're not already. Let me get back to this shot because I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure this out. Enjoy the episode. So I don't. Let's just get right to it. What inspired you to pick up the camera and want to just in general, just to pick up a camera? Not even about taking photos for figures and stuff. Just let me try to mess with this.
Yeah. To be honest, a lot of people will probably tell you that they were always kind of creative or something like that. But I got my itch for it, or my itch for it when I was in the Marine Corps, and I was deployed in Iraq, and I brought a camera with me, and I just started taking pictures. While I was serving in Iraq, I was actually trying to change my job to become a combat photographer.
Oh, okay.
So and that fell through. That never happened for me like I wanted it to, because I just sort of missed the deadline and never got to change my MOS. But I fell in love with the camera and just enjoyed it. You know.
Oh, and that's dope, man. Oh, so you were deployed over there? Like that must have been some craziness, and especially like you trying to see through the lens, see that
Yeah.
behind the camera. It must be even like I know it's like a whole different view, probably, like, from what we see in your
Mm,
eyes and then what you capture.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was just taking pictures and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. Like I see what's going on here. Like this is I see one thing, but when I have the camera, I can kind of get people to see like how I'm feeling when I see it. So I can
Yeah,
convey a little bit of emotions and stuff."
yeah, that's that never heard it like that. That's crazy. That's awesome. How long have you been doing this? Like how long ago was this that you picked up the camera and all that?
Well, that was like 2007.
Mm,
2007. I was deployed 2007. I'm sorry, I was deployed 2006. Uh, Came back at the end of 2007. That they extended us. We didn't get back home till 2008, but the deployment was '06 to '07,
mm.
and that's where I picked up the camera. I didn't start taking pictures of action figures till like 2013. And I actually stopped doing it. I took a long pause while I was doing it because I actually wasn't. I was discouraged. Like I wasn't
Mhm.
happy with what it looked like. I was like, oh, this looks terrible. I do not like this right now.
I feel
And
you on
I
that.
saw everybody else's stuff. All like the heavy hitters out here just taking amazing photos, and I'm like, how do they do that? What's going on here? And I'm thinking I could just take my figures and set them up, put them behind some stuff or in front of some stuff, and get this little power shot, like the little power shot cameras. I just took one of those and just started taking pictures. And I was like, this isn't working. This isn't working. I'm done. I'm done. And I stopped taking photos of my action figures until about 2019.
Wow,
And
6 year
I
break.
I had tons. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to think like that because really it feels like I didn't stop.
Yeah.
But I think I took a step back to actually look and see, see what everybody was really doing,
Mm-hmm.
and try and find find where I fit in. What can I do,
Yeah.
based on what's actually going on out here. And then I just started messing around, and I wasn't posting pictures anywhere. I got off Instagram, I got off of Facebook, and I was just watching YouTube videos, everybody in all their shots, and I was like, all right, let me try this. And again, just wasn't posting anything. I was keeping it to myself, until I had come up with something that I actually liked,
Mm.
and
And
something I
what
was proud of, and I was like, all right, now let me share this.
and what was that picture?
It was a picture of Doctor Doom, like
Uh-huh.
what this Marvel Legends, the I think it was the infamous Doctor Doom. I think it was a Walgreens deal, but that infamous Doctor Doom, I put a custom cape on that I got off of eBay, and
Yeah.
because I really wanted a classic Doctor Doom. Now we finally got one, but I really wanted one at that time. And I took a picture of that thing, and on a little uh, dio that I bought off of eBay. It was a terrible dio, but it was the first one I could get my hands on for like $50. And then I took the Marvel Select Doctor Doom chair, and I put him in front of it. And yeah, I did the little Dutch angle thing. It was unnecessary, like a huge Dutch angle. Like it wasn't little. I had a huge tilt on it, and but there was a little bit of a little buzz on that photo, and I was like, okay, so the posing is okay. I'm getting this now. I'm getting this now. So that was the first one I felt good about. But the very next photo after that was the Storm Collectibles Mike Tyson, and I made a punching bag with a wire in it, and I
Mm-hmm.
had him punching it, and bending the bag. The setup and the setup and the space that he was in wasn't much of anything. It was like the Tamashi's brick wall, and then just a extreme floor, like the cardboard thing, and it wasn't much of anything. But the posing was good, and the lighting was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have very many lights at the time, but it was decent. And the picture came out good, and it got some really good feedback, and I got excited. And I went all in.
Nice. We've talked about before on previous episodes about that whole, how you said you feel like, oh, what am I doing compared to these guys, right? Because I felt the same way too. Like I take a picture probably like
Hmm.
once a year because I just feel like I suck, you know? And it's like, man, I can't compete with all these
Yeah.
people and even some of the new guys that are just starting to bubble
Mhm.
up. And it's like, it looks like you've been doing this forever. So it does become discouraging when it comes to that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But
Yeah.
then we talked about likes, and
Hmm.
obviously everybody's always like, I want to do it because I like it. I love doing this. It's fun. But also,
Hmm.
when you only see 2 likes on something that you feel you worked hard on, that also becomes discouraging, right? Because it's like, damn, I guess they don't
Yeah.
appreciate it like I do. Maybe I don't think it's not that great the shot that I did, even though I feel good about it. So it's like, yeah, we do it for fun,
Yeah.
but that approval, that like from more than 10, 15 people, it's like it does feel good, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I uh I still tend to get discouraged sometimes, but uh I just look at the photo, and I'm like, all right, it's still a good photo. I didn't get very many likes on it. I didn't get very many views on it, but I still like this photo, and this figure is amazing. I got hung up. I got hung up on a lot of trying to just have the newest figure, the hottest figure.
Hmm.
And I was just blowing money. I was just blowing money. I was like, all right, that one right there, I gotta get it. That one, I gotta get it. And I stopped doing that, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm only gonna buy these figures that I actually like. All the reviewers just had me buying everything because I was like, all right, that's amazing. I want to
Yeah.
try it. And then I think um, it was the Mezco Punisher when that first Mezco, not the first one. I think the first one had the trench coat. I think I thought that one was hard to get. I think. I got the regular one. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the regular Punisher without the trench coat, without all the fixings, but I got them. And when I got them in hand, I was like, "Dang, let me take a picture and see what this looked like." Didn't come out as good as everybody else's photos, and I was like, "Okay," but I really liked the figure, so I still felt good about the picture. So all I'm saying is I'm only taking pictures of figures that I like.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
it's
only
great that
buying
you
figures that I like.
it's great that you picked that up early on because I just started doing that, and I'm like, I don't even know how many years already I've been collecting, and I it's that fear of FOMO, right?
Oh
Like,
dang.
damn, everybody has it. Why
Mm-hmm.
don't I have it? I gotta get it now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. That's a hard one to move past.
yeah. So what kind of camera are you using now these days when you're taking photography pictures?
Well, I was planning on bringing all the cameras that I had moved through and what I'm on right now.
Oh yeah,
But
yes. Go ahead. Show me what you
really,
started
it's
with.
the. Okay, well, you gotta give me a second because I didn't bring them down.
Oh no, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about
Let
it.
me step away real quick. Okay.
It's up to you. If
All
you want, then I'll wait for
right.
you. But if not, it's no worries.
No, I really wanted to. Let me go get it real quick.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah, I
right
got
back.
you. All right.
Okay. So this one is a little dusty, but this is the Canon SX3 or 30 IS.
Mhm.
This was my first real camera. And the best thing about it was this lens right here. I'm sorry, not lens, but the screen.
Yeah,
You could flip it around and you could actually, take a photo with the lens up like this. So you
yeah,
weren't like this the whole time trying to get behind the camera. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, this was the one. This was the one that got me excited, and I was like, okay, and I used it. I used it as best I could. Um, so like one thing I had just learned was, your photos. Yeah, you're limited by your tools,
Mhm.
but you can definitely use them to their fullest potential. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to use this camera to its fullest potential before I felt like I couldn't go any further. I felt like the camera, like the quality of the camera was holding me back from doing things that I had in my head.
Yeah.
So when I realized that this camera couldn't do what I envisioned, I was like, okay, now it's time to find a camera that can.
Yeah.
So I moved on from this, and then I picked up this. It's a little smaller, but it was heavy digital. Heavy digital. This was the first camera that I had that did the Wi-Fi thing here. Just sending the photo over Wi-Fi.
With
But this was also
with you sending it through the Wi-Fi, does that diminish the quality of the picture that you took?
I haven't
No?
noticed it.
Okay.
If that is a thing, I haven't noticed it. But this was the first one I started putting lenses on. Like I realized, well, not lenses,
Yeah.
filters. I started using filters. This lens still isn't removable,
Oh, okay.
but I could attach filters to it, and this camera um, was really good. It was really good to me. It was hard for me to move on from it because I learned a lot with it. But it had it has a larger screen on the back,
Mhm.
so I started seeing more detail. I was able to see more detail in the picture, and then I was actually able to put on the filters, which changed some of the pictures. Like I was picking up shadows that I didn't know existed in a photo because of the filter. So
Mm.
yeah, this was my next step here. And then right now, this is what I'm using. It's still Canon. I'm all Canon. It's weird. I haven't done anything but Canon. But this is my Canon EOS 4000D.
Mm.
This was the first one where I could remove the lens, which I thought was incredible. And what I saw, what I was limited to on these past two cameras was being able to get really close portraits. Um, like zoom in and get really good quality and not lose quality because of the digital aspect of the zoom. And I just took it to the next level with this thing.
Nice.
So this is actually a brand new lens that I got that I'm learning with right now. I'm still trying to figure it out, see what I can and can't do with it. But as soon as I got this and I realized what I had done, like I realized I could do this whole lens swapping thing. I just started buying every lens that I could. I was like, oh, what is that? Let's try this. So I bought another lens. Then I was watching a YouTube video of somebody taking pictures with a really tiny lens, and I was like, oh, let me get this thing. I don't even know what that does, but let's see what happens. So this is 24 millimeters, and I'm just having a blast with this thing. I can get really good like scenic shots and
Okay.
still have the depth that I want with it. And then I got when I got this zoom lens or this telephoto lens right here, I felt like something was off because it only goes from 55 to 250, and I needed to get closer.
Okay.
So I went out and I found this. What it doesn't have on it is stability or stabilizer.
Okay.
So you have to put it. You have to make sure you're using it on a tripod. But it's 75 to 300, and I know it doesn't sound like a lot, 250 to 300, but it oddly enough it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So where'd it go? I have hold on, a plethora of filters here. When I talk filters, I went out and I just started buying filters. So this one is my HD filter. Now, I'm not an expert on filters at all, So I just kind of play with them and try them out. I mix and match, and I put them together, and I'm like, okay, that works. I like how that looks. But what I just noticed about them in general is that, instead of changing my lighting, I can just put a filter on, and the filter will do a lot of the work for me.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's nice. Cool.
Yeah.
And like those just clip on the lenses. It don't matter like what lens. It just clips right on.
Yeah, they just go right on the. So I'll take my HD lens. I'll just take the HD lens and just put it right on here.
Oh, nice. Almost like the cover
You
cap.
just screw it on. Yeah.
Oh wow, I could see how. Wow,
And they
like right when you pointed it towards the camera, I saw the reflection. It looks crispy. Yeah, that's crazy. It looks like a mirror.
yeah, it does that. Yeah, you wouldn't expect stuff like that to happen, but you just start figuring that out and finding that, um, when you just mess around with these filters,
Nice.
you know.
That's awesome.
Let
That
me
looks
see where you
dope.
go. Where you can't even find it now.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Um,
crazy.
but this camera also got me. I learned that it has it has a HD connection on the side, and I didn't understand what that was at all. I was like, okay, I can hook it up to the TV and look at my pictures on the TV. After I take the pictures, I run a slideshow. It turned out it's for hooking up screens too. And I know a lot of people may already know this, but I didn't know this, so I'm happy about it, excited about it. It's actually something I just started doing. Um, you take the camera and you hook it up to this HDMI
Hmm.
cable here, and instead of using the LCD screen,
Yeah.
you start using. I had to take my phone. You start using the TV.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and then what you can do is, so I'm looking at this is one of my photos right there that I just took.
Uh-huh.
But when you take your picture, so hold on. Darn it. So now I'm trying to take it on the table. Let me get it in focus there. Yeah. So I look at everything on the table, but now I can actually see what's going on, and I don't have to do it all on the tiny
Yeah.
screen.
Wow, that's a huge help. That's a huge help.
Yeah, it really, man, it's fun now. Like, it's really fun when you have it set up like this, because you can really see your vision, um, start to actually come to light
And you get
instead of
a better visual
waiting
of it too
until
with the bigger
you take
screen
the
that you're
photo.
seeing it in, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that's dope. Man, that's awesome. I gotta see if I got that. I doubt it though.
You probably do. I mean, if you got like a regular deal, like one of the newer model cameras, I guess, your camera can probably do the same thing. If you got an HDMI port on it,
Oh damn, I do. I do.
yeah, yep, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I'm still using my Rebel
I
T6
guarantee you can do it.
with the 100
Okay.
millimeter macro lens. It's been working so far. I like the way it shoots, but man, I'm gonna definitely do that and hook it up to a screen.
Yeah. I hope to one day have a big enough space where I can hook it up to like a 55-inch screen TV. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
and just have it on the wall and do shots like
Yeah,
that.
I could just imagine
Someday.
like how you snap in the picture, you got it focused, but you just look up, you see the screen, and it's like, oh, okay, and just mess with it right then and there.
Yep, that's exactly it. The other thing is, I don't know, you guys, everybody must have heard Boog say that, just, set your shots up in your lens. Like do it on camera. Like go set it up and then check the camera, and set it up, check the camera. This makes it really easy for you with the screen instead
Yeah.
of having to go back to the camera. I just turn the monitor a little bit, and I'm like, okay, there's my hand right there. Okay, that's perfect. I can see everything I need to see.
Oh man, that's a cool little like almost like a little cool little cheat code.
A little bit.
That's
That's a minor cheat code. Minor cheat
yeah,
code.
right now, but that I mean that right there, like shit, damn, like that right there. Like sometimes when you take a picture, right? Well, in my case, I'll take one and I'll think it looks
Hmm.
good on because it's on this little screen, but then when I blow it up and I see it on the computer, it's like, ah, damn, like where did this come from? So like you
Right,
skipping
right.
that whole process and seeing it right then and there, you can do those little tweaks so you don't have to go finish up and then come down. That sometimes maybe you already took the setup, you already took it down, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's dope. That's pretty
Hmm.
dope, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I learned my lessons with taking down sets. Like I was I would take a shot and be like, oh, I'm done. Like I took like 30 photos. One of them got to be good. One of them got to be good. And then I'd be like, okay, we're done. Let's take all this down. Take the figure, put it back up on the shelf, put it back, get all the accessories because I got to clear the deck so I can do it for something else. And then I'm looking through the photo. I'm like, all right, this one's kind of, I didn't see that. All right, maybe the next one I fixed it. And maybe the next one I fixed it. 30 shots in, I didn't fix none of them. That little, that maybe his foot wasn't fully planted. I thought I planted it. It looked planted in the photo. It
Yeah.
wasn't. 30 photos, his foot is not planted, and I took it all down.
Yeah.
Now the shot's a dud to me.
Yeah. Yeah. But damn. Yeah, I feel you on that. I've done that before, thinking on
Yeah.
like, the his rear is planted on a couch or something or a chair, and then you see it. I'm like, ah man, it's like got a space. Like, why is this guy hovering? Did he just like, did he just fart? Like, why is this like that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I leave. I've left. I don't take as many photos as I used to, because I'm leaving sets up like all week.
Mm,
I'll leave it up all week. If I don't have a new idea or a better idea, that last photo, that's it. It sits on the table as is, until I'm satisfied with it. And if I feel like I could have done it better, I'll go back to it and try and redo it, or maybe even try another angle, put another light somewhere that I didn't think I needed before. Maybe try and do some cool glass trick, but um, I'll leave some sets up on the table for like a week.
nice. Yeah. That's another thing we've talked about in other episodes too. Like, never break it down so quickly because of those same reasons. You might see something like, ah, I could have done it better. And for you to recreate that whole setup again, it's like you're not, because it's impossible to exactly do what you did. Um,
Yeah, and you can also reuse the set too. I mean, if you did take the figures away, you can also use the set,
yeah,
and
exactly.
put
And then
something else in there.
exactly, yeah.
Maybe you start with may- maybe you start with Black Panther, and we're like, you know what? Maybe Spider-Man will do this better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's a good tip. Yeah. Definitely definitely keeping that in the head. Other than the filters and your lenses, are there any other accessories that you like using? Maybe like lighting
Hmm.
or, you know, I don't know, any
Uh, yeah, I definitely, I I'm a big fan of Ulenzi's or Ulanzi's. I don't know how you say that, but I'm a big fan of them. they have a plethora of sized lights. You
Okay.
know, they got this one, and then they come with then they got a little box one like this. So you see like the size of the lights
Mm.
here. I mean that oddly enough makes a difference. But then they also have one like this. You know, so you can hide these in different places
Mm-hmm.
periodically throughout your shots.
Nice.
And then but then I got where we at? I got these. I don't know who made these. I don't remember. But this light right here is just one of those little stupid like monitor or TV lights that you would put behind your TV to make your TV look like it's like projecting from behind it,
Oh, okay.
and the
Yeah,
color
yeah,
you
yeah.
have like this color border or whatever.
Y-
That that's all this light is. But it's flat. It's great to use in the background and just kind of put this little soft glow on a backdrop somewhere.
Nice. Nice. So, do you use like you just said you use the sometimes you'll use the glass technique, right? Do you do like flight
Mhm.
stands and all that other stuff?
Oh, definitely. A flight stand is probably I would tell you that you probably can't do this craft very long without a flight stand or two.
Yeah.
Like you need flight stands. It, like any shot that you can imagine with a character doing something impossibly wild, like kicking, jumping, and we all know all of our characters like to jump. You need some sort of flight stand. I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out using the glass trick, but I always try and do it first with a flight stand
Mm-hmm.
because that glass trick don't always work. It does
Yeah.
not always work. At least not for me.
Yeah. I got a
It
few.
looks great. It's one of the coolest things on camera, I think.
Yeah, I got a few flight stands from ACBA ones and 796 Studios too, you know, and but I have yet to
Mhm.
use them because again, I'm still trying to learn, man. I'm still trying to figure this out. Still trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
you know, but what about editing? When you edit your
Yeah.
photos and stuff, do you try to keep it
Mhm.
what's it called? I guess tangible. I don't even know what the word is. Are you heavy on
Yeah,
editing?
tangible.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not a heavy editor. Um, not a heavy editor. I went into the ACBA Facebook group
Mhm.
like thinking I was a good Photoshopper way back when. And that's the other thing. I didn't say this, but I went into the ACBA Facebook group early on, and this was part of my discouraging, moment. I posted a photo thinking it was hot, and they blew it up. They tore it apart. They ate me up and spit me out. And I said, nope, I'm out of here. I couldn't handle that. But yeah, I was photoshopping, because I thought that's how it was done. I would see people's pictures and I would see like a character flying through the air, and I'm like, oh, there's no way they photoshopped that. That's Photoshop. I can do that. So I did the same thing, and it looked trash. It looked trash. um, so I learned that tangibility was the way to go. So everything after that, I was like, nah, we're gonna keep it tangible. We're gonna keep it tangible. Um, Sometimes, if I post it in the ACBA group, there will be no photoshopping or filtering on it. But on my Instagram, I might have like a filter or a tone shift on a photo.
Oh, okay.
Only
Uh,
on the Instagram. I won't do it on the in the Facebook group because of that trauma.
Yeah, no, shout out to the ACBA group on Facebook. I definitely got in there early, and before I even
Mhm.
posted anything on there, I was studying all the people that were in there and that would post shots and see what kind of what they did and whatnot, because I've seen, just like you said, someone post a picture and it's like it's getting ripped up, but I didn't take it as a bad rip. It was almost like look, this is what you did
Mhm.
wrong to get better. But some people, you know, everybody
Yeah,
sees things differently and they might interpret that as like, oh, they just hating on my picture. But it's all constructive
yeah.
criticism, I guess, right? At the end of the day. But stuff like that
It
does discourage you.
yeah, it definitely should be, yeah. Yeah, um, I, I would tell you that not everybody knows how to give constructive criticism.
Oh, facts.
And so sometimes, though it's well intended, sometimes it just doesn't land right, you know? Um, like I didn't know anything. I didn't know nothing when I posted in the group. I read the rules, you know. I didn't understand them entirely though, but I read the rules and I felt like I was smart enough and intelligent enough to know what I was doing. And I just posted a picture and it just got tore to shreds. And I thought to myself like, well, I mean, what's really wrong with this picture here? But they told me everything that was wrong with
Yeah.
it. Um, and all I thought to myself was, well, I mean, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's just not. It's not good. It's not what we're doing here. Um, or so I didn't. I don't think I was ready for the Facebook group. I just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
The stuff that I was posting, yeah, I could have just posted on Instagram and people would have liked for whatever reason they liked it. But the Facebook group, I guess for lack of better words, is sort of like a proving ground.
Mhm. Yeah. I haven't been on there. I
I
haven't
just
been on
wasn't
there in a
ready for
while,
it.
but it when I like I said, when I was on there a couple years ago, it was definitely something like,
Hmm.
oh man, like you do learn a lot. But and
Yeah,
especially with Boog and stuff like that, and shout outs to all those guys over there. It's definitely something. I mean, I would recommend,
definitely.
if even if you don't feel like posting a picture up on there, but definitely something you should join and maybe
Hmm.
just see what everybody else is doing and pick up pointers from them. It's definitely a good tool to have, I
Right,
guess, in a way.
right, right. And if you want, you're not going to get feedback, or you're not going to get enough feedback on Instagram alone.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to get it.
Yeah, because on Instagram they're either
So I would tell
yeah, on
anybody.
Instagram they'll either double tap the picture or just keep swiping, and
Right. Exactly. So I probably will have to say that I owe any progress that I have gained to the ACBA Facebook
yeah.
group. Like any progress that I have attained or any skills, I picked it up there, um, because it's the proving ground for me.
I hope you guys are enjoying the episode so far. I'm still trying to get this shot ready. Still trying to figure it out. So let's take a break and check out some progression pictures from Brandon. Check these out. We all take pictures of figures and stuff. What's a figure that you had that you might have gotten, and when you take a picture of it, it wasn't working? I know you mentioned that one, the Punisher, when you first got that, you were taking pictures and it wasn't working out for
Hmm.
you. But like, other than that one, has there been another one where you were like super excited to get, and then when you put it in front of the lens, it's like, ah, man, it's not working.
I am a fan of Transformers, but I can't photograph a single Transformer to save my life. But that's not it. It's to be honest, it's these kaiju figures, the Godzillas, the Ultramans, um, the Gundams.
Mm.
Like I try, and I still try. I'm just never happy with what I'm coming up with. I have a couple of Godzillas and the King Kong figures and even Ghidorah. Um, I can't photograph them. I can't shoot them. I'm not happy with what I do with them. So those are figures for me. Like I can't get that perspective right. And there's a couple of them that always do. And when I try it, it doesn't work.
What's a figure that kind of surprised you that you were like, yeah, let me try to shoot this one. I don't really mess with it, but let me shoot it, and it turned out like, oh man, this is dope.
It's this guy right here. I mean, I knew I could, but I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was on camera. And in photo. But this hot toy Spider-Man right here, I love shooting it. Like it's just sitting around. Like I move it from upstairs to downstairs, but in camera, it always looks good. It just always looks good, no matter what I do with it. A little head tilt here, and a little shoulder push there, shoulder shrug there, raise the arm. It just looks good, no matter what I do with it. And then when you get it in camera, it's fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah, that's
I
a
love
great
this
figure,
figure. It makes me
man.
want to buy another Spider-Man.
Yeah, I love that figure. It looks beautiful. I love it.
It is amazing. I got the Miles Morales and thought this is it right here. This is all I need. But then I got this in my hands and was like, nah, this is what I need.
What what's like what's one of your favorite shots that you've taken, let's say maybe recently? And like why is it a favorite shot of yours? Like why do you feel so strongly about it?
Um, this one's gonna be this is a little sentimental, and hard to really kind of talk about because um, so right before right before Christmas, um, my nephew was murdered, and I had just taken a photo like a couple of weeks before that. It was the last photo I took before we got the news that he went missing, and it was of the Mezco Constantine with a whole bunch of like ghouls or skeletons reaching up for him, and him fighting through them. That was the last photo I took before that, and I was really proud of that photo then too because the vision came out exactly as I thought it would.
Yeah.
And I still love that picture, but every time I look at it, you have that memory
Yeah.
like that is attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your post
So
about
it is my
that.
favorite photo.
I saw your post about that. I'm sorry to hear that. My
Yeah,
condolences to you and your family. Um, we won't
yeah. Thank
definitely
you.
don't want to get into that, but yeah, 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 I don't even know. You fucked me up there. um,
I'm sorry. I'm
nah,
sorry.
nah, it's all good,
Yeah. I'm
man. It's
sorry.
all good. But you know what? It's sometimes it's things like that, that we either like bury ourselves in this hobby because of things like that, or
Hmm.
maybe not so tragic, but it's just stuff that we do to, I guess, get away from all of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Um,
I can tell you that I had to take a long break after that photo, or after that whole thing happened, and I initially tried to go back downstairs and take pictures, but I couldn't do anything. I really couldn't take a photo at all. And then the next one that I actually could take was me just mourning and sharing emotions through photos. And
Yeah.
the last photo I could, or the only thing I could think of was getting all the figures that I could get together, and sort of paying some respect and feeling how I was feeling. And
Yeah.
as soon as I'd done that, I kind of felt like I had gotten it out of my system and I could start doing other things.
Yeah. And it's
And they
like,
didn't come right away, but I did feel like I could start doing other things.
yeah. And it's almost like, like what you were mentioning earlier when you first picked up the camera when you were deployed. It's like, you see something through your eyes, but now you see something different that you probably, you know, it's, I don't even know, like you see something different now, but when you take it out, but with the camera.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Is there anything like you're currently working on right now that you might want to share?
I just got a whole bunch of figures in right now. I'm trying to do more Power Ranger stuff. I was a big no to the new Lightning collection stuff. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need it. Um, but then I got my hands on Zeo Tommy.
Okay.
Got my hands on Zeo Tommy, and, and that figure it just felt really good in my hands. It felt really good, and posing it felt really good. So I'm I'm working up some Sentai stuff. I just posted a picture of Black Manta, who I've had for a long time and could never shoot because I didn't have anything to make him look, make it look like he was underwater or anything.
Hmm.
So there's more underwater stuff about to come from me, and then I'm hoping I can do some like overwhelming odds like Ultron stuff.
Mm.
Because I think I've only done like one or two, and I want to do more.
Um, you, do you collect like a lot of 112, like a certain company, like Legends, or like you mentioned the Power Ranger stuff? Like, what's a line or
I'm 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 a little all over the place, to be honest.
yeah?
For a long time, I collected everything under the sun, and um, like I told you, like I had to stop doing that because I couldn't afford it. To be honest, I really couldn't, and I had to narrow it down. And now I'm just pretty much anything Marvel. I'm gonna take a look at. It's gonna get a look from me. But Marvel Legends is my line. The Mafex comic figures are my line. I don't buy MCU figures from Hasbro. That's all import for me. So if I have an MCU figure, it's going to be an import. Mafex and SHF for that. I do buy Mezco figures, but only Mezco figures of characters that I'm actually into.
Mm.
So even if I can't complete like a whole team or something like that, if I have a connection to the character, I'm gonna get it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but the who was it? Street Fighter, and then the SHF DBZ line. I'm not hard up on the DBZ SHF line, but I really do try to be. I really do try. Can't get them all, but you can get the ones that
Yeah,
matter.
that DBZ line is going pretty deep these days, right? And then the thing that sucks too is like we get a lot of exclusives. So
Yeah,
if you miss out on that, it's like now I got to pay secondary price, which is going to be
yeah,
probably almost double. So I feel you
yeah,
on that. I kind of slowed down on
yeah.
DBZ.
Well, or Yeah, or you let it go, or you let it go.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that
and I know that's hard to do. That's hard to do.
yeah, that Street Fighter shot that you did with Vega and Ken. That was dope. I dug that a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like that.
Yeah, you know what? That is probably one of my favorite shots too. If I had could throw another one in there like that. I have a lot of the Street Fighter figures, not just from SHF, but also Storm Collectibles. I'm gonna buy every Storm Collectible Street Fighter figure. That's a fact. Like I'm going to. I'm 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 anticipating that Balrog, who was the other one? They're dropping Baki too,
Yes.
which I wasn't expecting, but I was really hyped for. And I think he'll fit in with the Street Fighter figures very good. So
Yeah.
yeah, them Street Fighter figures I'm always gonna get, and I've always wanted to shoot a video game Street Fighter feeling photo, and I just couldn't figure it out until that one shot. And I tried another one, and it didn't work. I tried other characters, it didn't work. Just Ken and Vega. Ken and Vega. It was the only one I could get right.
Are you excited about that the Jada Toys line Street Fighter figures?
Honestly, no, I'm not. Except for Fei Long. I gotta have that Fei Long. I need that Fei Long. I'm happy with the SHF Ryu and Ken. I don't need another Chung Li because that SHF Chung Li is perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, she's the only one I'm missing.
And if I could, perfect. It's perfect. Yeah,
Oh man.
she's pretty tight.
Yeah, I don't even.
She really looks. Her and Cammy look amazing.
I hope Figure Arts continues the line and puts some more out, but I don't know their whole thing of they go and then all of a sudden just stop.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so it's like out of nowhere too. It's out of nowhere. It's just for no reason, but because they want to stop.
Yeah,
That line
yeah,
was really good, and I think it was only in its infancy too. So, I felt like I was like, all right, we're going somewhere. I can't wait to see. You know what? The first misstep they had was Sagat and his size, and he could have been bigger. They could have made him bigger because they got the Hulk over here looking like
yeah,
almost the size of a Marvel Legend. So why couldn't Sagat be that
yeah,
big?
exactly, right.
Or not that big, but taller.
Hmm.
So that was a major disappointment, kind of a
Yeah,
letdown. Even though I got the figure I like the figure, it's just that when you put them up against any other characters in that same line, you're like, something's wrong here.
yeah. um, you trying to see. I just ran out. I had a question in my head and I just fucking forgot. Shit.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
Nah,
My
nah, nah.
bad.
It's because like we started talking, so and I completely forgot. It had nothing to do with the questionnaire though. It was like something else.
Yeah. Oh.
um, if you had advice to give, for someone that kind of wants to pick up this hobby, what would you tell them?
Hmm. I'm gonna say that they should follow the same advice that was given to me by D Amazing. Just have fun. Remember to have fun.
Yeah,
Um, because I got too caught up in the likes and the exposure and stuff like that. But when I remembered to have fun, it didn't even matter. It all melted away.
hmm,
And whether I got one like or two likes on a photo, it didn't matter. I had fun making the photo. So just have fun. and enjoy it. There's no point in doing it if you're not enjoying it.
Yeah. And I think also too, like when you have fun, I think it doesn't even matter like in what, field it is, whether it's taking toy photos or podcasting or, reviewing figures. If you can sense it, right? Like you feel it and it translate in your work that you are actually having fun compared to when you're just doing it to do it,
Yes,
you know? And you can even
exactly.
see that in pictures because sometimes you see pictures and it's just like it feels like little to no effort, and these guys are getting hundreds of likes, and it's like why? They're just doing it to do it at this point, I guess, right? But then you see other guys
Yeah,
and they put a
yeah.
lot of work into it, and you see it translate in the image, So yeah, definitely having fun is the way to go,
Mhm.
and not getting too much in your head about, like you said, with the likes and everything.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Just remember to have fun.
Yeah, and drink your water, like the amazing says.
Of course, of course, drink your water.
Oh man, but you know, I wanna thank you for joining me and doing this with me. Where can where can people follow you and stuff like that?
I would say the best place to find me is on Instagram at my King B Cooper Instagram.
Nice.
I'm also on Facebook. You can request me on Facebook. I don't immediately accept all friends on Facebook. It might take some time because I gotta vet you. I vet everybody on Facebook, but you
Yeah.
can follow me on Instagram. Um, and say something to me, and I'll definitely probably give you a follow back. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it's like Instagram, it's like, yeah, and that's a public page, right? Anybody can go there, but Facebook is like, "Nah, nah, nah. Do I really know you? I'm not gonna friend request you."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like
Yeah,
more personal.
yep, yep. Oh yeah, yep. But yeah, I vet everybody on Facebook.
Man, but again, thank you, man, for doing this with me, sitting down with me, chopping it up. You definitely gave out some great
Mhm.
pointers that I'm definitely gonna use. Especially with like the stuff with the screen and the
Mhm.
camera and everything, filters for sure. I'm definitely gonna look into that stuff
Yeah,
because, you know,
yeah. You'll see, man. The filters are magic. You'll see. You'll be like, oh man, I should have been doing these a long time ago.
yeah, man. But yeah. So
Yeah.
again, thank you.
I want to tell you thank you for having me. This is like I told you, this is the first time anybody's wanted to talk to me about anything. It's the first interaction that I've really had in the community at all, outside of like messaging and responding to people, on photos and stuff like that. So this you may not think so, but this is a big deal for me. It's really a big deal for me. I was telling everybody at work, hey, somebody wants to talk to me about my photos and this hobby I do. And they were like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, these people right here, look. I told my wife about it, and it's a big deal. So I'm really honored.
Nah, man, the honor's all mine. Like again, man, I'm telling you, like it sometimes it's people reach out to someone else and it's like, oh, let me see who how many followers you have, or what's your social media presence. Not saying that that's
Mhm.
happened, but in cases you hear that, like no one wants to talk to you because your following's not up there, or like no one knows who this person is, so why would I want to talk to them? And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't even care if 3 people see this or 3,000 see this, but it's just like I'm having fun doing it so far. And like I told you before the show, I'm just enjoying.
yeah,
I like what you do. I just want to talk about it again. Like the whole show started for me
cool.
was, and the idea was because I want to get better, and like what other stuff we talked about.
Mhm.
It's hard for someone that wants to start to feel like, I guess, accepted to want to do this. So maybe if they can see,
Mhm.
I guess, the real person behind the camera and what they go through and all that stuff from the beginning to where they're at now, it's, maybe someone can take from that and be like, yeah, you know what, I'll try this too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Agreed.
Yeah. So, the pleasure's all mine, my friend. And, hopefully when if this just does well and we continue to do this, we'd love to have you back on and chop it up about where you're out at that point.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a really great time talking with Brandon about his toy photography. Also, I want to salute and thank him for his services to this country. I hope you guys learned some great tips from what he had to say. I know I did. I'm definitely going to be hooking up my camera to my TV so I can see what I'm looking at. Make sure you join me for the next episode. This should be another great one. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.